Disclaimer, the comments made in this video are intended for entertainment purposes only and are not intended to offend anyone.
Welcome back, folks. Today we're watching another case of performative outrage going horribly wrong. Grab a seat. This one flips the script real quick. First up is a chanting activist who goes full volume, face inches away, convinced a badge and a scream can bully reality into submission.
Austin, Texas, which may as well be in California these days. Have a look at this.
We're here. We're gay. We're not going. We're here. We're queer. We're not going anywhere. We're here. We're queer. We're not going anywhere. We're here. We're queer. We're not going anywhere. We're here. We're here. We're not going anywhere.
And things took a nasty turn when one of the dancing, chanting protesters was apparently misgendered. Here the protester claims she's a man and points to her pronoun badge. It's proof.
Trans rights are human rights. Trans rights are human rights. Trans rights are human rights.
Again, charming stuff.
Lots of noise, zero control. Meanwhile, the anchor stays calm and lets the meltdown burn itself out. The shouting peaks, the confidence cracks, and the tantrum collapses on camera. Again, charming stuff. Up next is a brand new plea for pity, where activism turns into a chore list.
I want you to message the trans person in your life and ask them what is one thing that you can do to lighten their load this week. Whether that be grocery shopping, folding laundry, doing dishes. Ask the trans people in your life if there's a task or something that you can offer them to help with the burden that we're carrying, because we're having to deal with all of this stuff right now.
Hi. Welcome to life. Oh, you're dealing with stuff? You're dealing with stuff? Here's the thing. If y'all want to come do my laundry, feel free. Y'all want to wash my car? Do it, babe. Do not message me asking what you can do for me during this hard time. I'm going through it like everyone else is going through it, and me being trans is not a handicap.
Apparently existing now comes with a weekly service request. Then a calm voice steps in and shuts it down fast. No victim routine, no special treatment, just a reminder that life is hard for everyone. The guilt trip stalls, the logic collapses, and the nonsense gets sent back to sender. Now for something that really trips up the outrage crowd. A calm woman points out how Hollywood trashes femininity, and suddenly the narrative has a problem.
Hollywood has hated femininity for a long time, and it's a message that now finally people are picking up with this new girl boss attitude that they've been forcing down our throats. Box office numbers are crashing. We see the Snow White debacle and so much more. I'm so happy that girls like this have it all figured out and are speaking up for femininity.
Please hear me out. Why is it that the mean girls in Hollywood movies or shows are very high feminine? For instance, Mean Girls. Not only are they mean, they're bimbo and catty, vain women. So because I like to do my makeup, my hair, and wear girly clothes, people assume these things about me. And I really believe it's because of the media. The winning main characters are usually tomboys. They're like one of the guys. And there's nothing wrong with that, but not all feminine women are the same. And some of them are very down-to-earth, intelligent, and not vain at all. So Hollywood needs to do better.
No screaming, no slogans, just common sense. While the woke crowd pushes girl boss cliches, reality taps them on the shoulder and says, nice try. Turns out femininity does not need permission to exist. Coming up, we've got a poolside reality check that sends feelings straight to the deep end.
Are you saying you think that his body is the same as the other girls in the pool? Everybody is different.
One side insists biology is optional, the other points at the obvious and refuses to play along. Cue the buzzwords, cue the dodge, cue the flat denial. Facts stay dry, the argument sinks, and the crowd sees exactly who showed up unprepared. Here comes a clip where performance art meets instant reality.
Reopen the mental ward.
I'm a little trans girl, small and cute. These are my pigtails, yes, they're real. I'm gonna stop the song there and keep it kid friendly.
This person needs to be locked up because this is unfit to walk the streets. I'm gonna need Miss Pinky Pigtails over here to be included in that mass deportation plan. Chomp, let him know what's really going on. And you know what? That might buy some of the undocumented immigrants some time to get those papers, because he's clearly gonna prioritize this. This needs to be fixed first.
Bright colors, baby talk, and a sing-along meant to shock the internet into applause. Then a blunt response cuts through the act with zero patience and zero fear. The routine stalls, the spectacle deflates, and suddenly the joke is not landing. Turns out not every audience claps on command. Take a look at this. A confident activist rolls in armed with buzzwords and a stack of studies nobody is allowed to question.
Every major medical organization supports gender-affirming care for trans youth. They say it's safe and it's life-saving. And there are numerous studies that back that up.
The study that backs it up for puberty blockers is the Dutch protocol, and the same scientists—
I have 10 studies that I can bring to you right now.
The same scientists that brought that up have since rolled it back and said it was never supposed to be applied the way it has. The American medical industry, we all know, is money-hungry and has gone off the rails.
I do agree that there are definitely some doctors out there that may be taking advantage, but trans kids are valid and it's not a decision that they're making. It's healthcare.
Then a calm voice with lived experience cuts through the script, and suddenly the talking points wobble. Interruptions start, certainty fades, and the room realizes slogans do not beat consequences. Facts stay seated, ideology starts squirming. Here's a good one. A simple take sends the woke crowd spiraling, so satire does the heavy lifting.
I swear y'all always got something to be mad at. I see no good reason why an actor of any race can't play any historical figure. It's acting. Queen Charlotte, you know, you got Queen Charlotte coming out from Shonda. The internet, Muhammad Ali, Snow White, Queen Elizabeth II, Hitler, Polar Bear. Leave the animals out of this, please. Martin Luther King, what? The man who stood against the naked. Get out of here. Obama. Simone Can he be snooped? Rosa Parks. I ain't finna move. Netflix presents Black Panther. Under the sea.
Once the logic gets flipped, suddenly acting is not just acting anymore. The laughter keeps rolling, the point lands hard, and the outrage brigade has no comeback. When rules only work one way, comedy handles the rest. Next up, we've got a hallway meltdown where chants replace thinking and volume stands in for truth.
Just me. I'm good. I'm good. I'm coming. I'm good. Trust me, I'm good. Go ahead.
Trans rights are human rights.
You dress like a communist.
Back up.
Surrounded by shouting activists, composure still wins. Phones flash, slogans fly, and the crowd swears intimidation counts as an argument. It does not. Security moves forward, reality stays put, and the mob looks stunned that noise did absolutely nothing. This time, it's a calm breakdown that sends modern excuses into panic mode.
The rise of online dating and the rise of feminism has taught women that they are not to blame for any poor choices. Every poor choice is glamorized, so if you want to be a worker, it's great. If you want to post in bikini pictures online, it's fine. If you want to be in with it, every poor choice is glamorized, and every internal reflection is seen as gaslighting yourself. So they've even got terms for internal reflection to prevent it happening. And so what will happen is they are trained to not reflect on themselves because we've been told we've been oppressed for so many years. Now it's time to make sure we project. And so we don't take any accountability. And as a result, when we get into relationships, if we don't feel completely soothed all the time, he must be a narcissist. He must be a manipulator. He must be gaslighting. He, rather than I. And unfortunately, we've got an online market that caters to that wounded woman, that caters to that entitled woman, and caters to that narcissistic woman.
No yelling, no buzzword shield, just accountability laid out plainly. The talking points start wobbling, the blame game runs out of gas, and suddenly, reflection is the enemy. Turns out when responsibility shows up, the script does not survive contact. Here we have a round table where feelings show up armed and facts do not get the memo.
There's an issue with categorizing womanhood as a means of female. Earlier, it was mentioned by somebody on the anti-trans side about trans women coming in and taking over sports and things like that, which is just not true.
That is true.
It's not.
I can show you a number of cases. Trans women retain 30% of their biological advantage.
That is not
if
true.
they went through male puberty. Yes, it is. If you are a trans woman and you walk out in the world and you are seen as a man, you do not belong in women's spaces. I don't care what anybody says. I think that's ridiculous, and I think even trans women that have gender dysphoria that go through transition will agree with me. This makes me so incredibly uncomfortable. You could go back over there if you really want.
One side insists discomfort equals truth. The other calmly drops biology on the table. The room freezes, the vibes shatter, and suddenly someone wants out. Turns out calling reality offensive does not make it disappear. Now check this out. A bold challenge built entirely on vibes and wardrobe choices.
For those of you who keep missing my gender, when have you ever met a he, him who looks like this? Huh? She, her, yes. They, them, sure. He, him, who? And if you do know a he who hims like this, power to him. But the he, hims I know, never he, the way I, she.
Jeffree Star, James Charles, David Bowie, Adam Lambert. These are just the public figures.
The claim sounds confident until a calm response starts listing names everyone already knows. Suddenly, the argument evaporates in real time. Turns out fashion is not a gender detector, and confidence alone does not rewrite reality. The silence at the end says it all. Here's a good one. A panel tries to talk like adults until mockery and laughter get deployed as a defense mechanism.
Getting personal. I don't want it to be personal.
A lot of us live in this space where we're told that our opinions don't count because they're not the right kind of opinions, and we're constantly shouted over and talked over regardless of what we look like, because there's one group in society that basically takes precedence, and it's frustrating. So yeah, of course, it's frustrating because when we try to talk about it, we get shouted down, we get told to be quiet, we get spoken down too as well. So there's hostility there for plenty of women.
Let's try to make this an opportunity to speak.
You're literally a white woman from Australia. You live in a bubble and you're pissed that voices that have been silenced forever.
When facts show up, the activist goes straight for insults and identity labels. No rebuttal, just noise. The moment confidence slips, the mask comes off and everyone sees exactly who ran out of arguments first. Take a look at this as a street interview turns into a feelings seminar where certainty shows up without definitions.
If gender is a social construct.
Is it?
Yes.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So is there a specific number of genders or no?
Not really.
No?
I wouldn't say so.
Okay, so there's two genders. That's like an outdated sort of belief. Is there a specific number, like woman, man?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so.
Okay. So is it about how you feel rather?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, 100%. And what do we think about transgender people? They only have male or female, like reassignment surgery. Do you think we need to change that to be more inclusive or?
Yeah, probably.
Every answer floats, nothing lands, and vibes do all the work. The questions stay simple, the replies stay fuzzy, and confidence carries the load. When beliefs have no edges, they sound bold until reality asks follow-ups. Next up, we've got a calm explanation that sends grievance politics into a tailspin.
On average, I think leftism is generally a kind of like resentment-based political view. And at least the popular leftism today, especially like the woke variety, which is just completely dependent on grievances. Like, you need to be angry. You need to think that the world is out to get you. You need to interpret things in the like most malicious way possible. Like, that person didn't hold the door open for you. It's because you're black. You know, not because like maybe they were blind in one eye because they were a war veteran and they didn't see you. You know, there's like so many ways that you can choose to interpret things that make your life better.
While riots burn and activists scream, one voice explains the obvious. Anger is the fuel, victimhood is the product. Suddenly the montage looks less righteous and more ridiculous. When outrage needs constant fires to stay alive, the argument is already finished. Up next is a TikTok sermon where patriotism meets performative outrage.
Speaking to me about patriotism as a Mexican-American transgender woman. I'm sure this will be sane.
To say a lot of stuff we thought was f***ing obvious, like yes, it's okay to punch the
Nazis!
The male aggression accusations, they can just not escape them. And then, of course, like, it's okay to punch Nazis. You know what? Maybe I would get behind that if y'all could ever accurately clock a real Nazi. Even once. And again, I beg the libs to discover any other fact about history. It's like y'all got to the part in middle school where we learned about World War II and you're like, that's enough. My brain will take no more.
Lots of dancing, lots of finger pointing, and history reduced to one chapter everyone half remembers. Then a calm response steps in and asks for accuracy. The aggression looks silly, the labels fall apart, and suddenly the tough talk has nowhere to go. Now for a coffee run that somehow turned into a lecture nobody ordered.
I just proceeded to get my coffee, and she just kept on, I wasn't even sure what she was talking about, but she just kept on at me, and I just put my hand up and said, I actually was not speaking to you, I was speaking to the lady that served me, and then she just erupted.
Because you had called a person who looked like a lady a lady, but apparently she is non-binary.
Which
you had no idea about.
Yeah. I feel sad that actually the anger, whatever's going on with Luna, has caused this situation, because it really didn't have to be like that at all. So I feel quite sad that it's gone down that road, and she's lost her job. You know, that's, like I say, that's not who I am.
No.
I just wanted a coffee and go home.
A simple word sparks a full meltdown, because assumptions now count as crimes. One calm boundary later, the outrage machine spins itself into consequences. No insults, no shouting back, just reality standing there while feelings burn out on their own. Here comes a lesson in rules that collapse on contact.
I wanted to check before I begin if Naomi could confirm her pronouns for me. I say her, I could be wrong, so it'd be great if Naomi could tell me their pronouns.
No, I'm not going to tell you my pronoun.
Why would you like to know Naomi's pronouns? You might as well ask me mine, which you can ask with pleasure if you want to, do you?
Yeah, I would like to actually, yes. Vanessa, what are your pronouns?
Well, I'm she, her. I'm mother of 2 daughters and grandma to 4 grandchildren, and I'm she, her. But I wonder why you want my guest Naomi, whom you don't know, to tell you her pronouns before we even start.
To show how simple it is. So the conversation, or one of the big conversations, is whether or not preferred pronouns should be allowed in schools or something that should be respected for transgender students. That's as simple as the conversation is. My name is this, my pronouns are this, you ask someone what their pronouns are, that's it.
The hilarious thing about this whole conversation is he already fumbled in the beginning by saying her. He already fumbled when he already assumed her pronouns. The people who ask these types of questions always have a certain
A pronoun lecture kicks off, complete with confidence and corrections, right until the rule maker breaks his own rule first. Calm pushback exposes the slip instantly. The script unravels, the smiles fade, and suddenly etiquette turns optional when it backfires. Funny how respect only runs one way. And finally, a protest interview where confidence does all the heavy lifting.
I have had periods before, and I can give birth, and I do have an IUD, so I disagree.
So biologically you're a woman?
Biologically, however, I take hormones to not be. So no, the thing you're miscommunicating, there's a difference between sex and gender. If you look it up, you can find that anywhere. Yes, so only people with the female sex can have birth give periods, but that does not make them a woman.
So, you're a transgender man, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so my thing is if you're taking testosterone, correct?
Yes.
So won't the testosterone take your period away eventually? And if you're trying to become a man, why are you trying to claim something that's exclusive to women, again, period?
Because the thing is, yes, I won't have periods, but again, not all trans men have access.
There's not much for me to really say, but what a world we have come to.
Claims start stacking up, biology gets rewritten on the fly, and logic is asked to wait outside. A few calm questions later, the story trips over itself. The talking points stall, the explanation spirals. What a world indeed! And just like that, the confidence evaporates. All that shouting, all that moral posturing, gone the second resistance shows up. If you enjoy watching aggression backfire in real time, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. There will always be another meltdown waiting.